asked which side of the war God was on, Abraham Lincoln replied, "The question should not be if God is on our side, but rather, are we on God's side?" In the midst of tremendous bloodshed and heartache, in the midst of all the carnage and death, when it seemed that God had turned his back on our nation, it was obvious instead that God was very much with us. Trials and tribulations can be tremendous motivation to turn to God with even greater faith. On both sides of the conflict tearing our nation apart, God was drawing people to himself, uniting them under the banner of grace. The immediate reality of the presence of death made soldiers more aware of eternity. Individuals who otherwise would never have considered spiritual matters opened their hearts and lives to the Savior, placing their abiding trust in him. It was the thousands of chaplains serving in the armies of both the North and the South who made a difference in soldiers' lives. They traveled and lived with the armies, endeavoring to meet the daily spiritual needs of the soldiers. They were there in the camps conducting meetings and leading troops in prayer before every battle. The message of their words and their lives resulted in thousands of soldiers coming to the Savior. Along with these chaplains, thousands of lay believers, men and women, volunteered to join the ranks to help meet both spiritual and practical needs of the soldiers in the camps, along with seeing to the needs of the sick and wounded. God did not abandon either side during the Civil War. He was there daily in their midst, ready to bring glory to his name despite all the horror of war. From 1862 to 64, Confederate chaplains were instrumental in one of the greatest spiritual awakenings ever seen. During this period of revival, over 150,000 soldiers and sailors were converted to Christianity. Services often went for 24 hours a day, with many men standing barefoot, even in the snow, to hear the Word of God proclaimed. They responded to the invitations by the hundreds. The battlefields of the Civil War still echo with the sounds of rifle and cannon. And God is still touching lives on these fields of conflict. Civil War reenactments have become very popular, involving thousands of reenactors and tens of thousands of spectators. As a reenactor and a believer, Alan Farley came to a realization that changed his life. Since spiritual outreach was such a big part of the Civil War, why shouldn't it be part of the reenactments? Alan took on the role of a Civil War chaplain, not simply as an historical portrayal, but as an avenue to present the gospel message in a unique and powerful way. Alan, along with his wife Faith, travels to over 20 reenactments each year to conduct services similar to those held during the war. They are often joined by their grown children, Benjamin and Catherine. Alan has also distributed over 1 million gospel tracts to reenactors and spectators alike. These tracts are exact duplicates of tracts given out during the war. In over 25 years of ministry, the Farleys have seen over 1,800 people come to the Lord through this unique avenue of service. The Civil War was a tragic time in our nation's history, but it was also a time when God was able to do a wonderful work in the lives of those involved. Through Reenactors' Mission for Jesus Christ, people who are today experiencing the living history of that time period also have the opportunity to encounter the living Savior. General Robert E. Lee made a simple statement concerning his personal faith. "I can only say that I am nothing but a poor sinner, trusting in Christ alone for salvation." The Farleys' prayer is that many more people will be able to echo this statement as a result of their ministry, people who otherwise might never have an opportunity to hear of God's saving grace.